Hey guys, DanHeilman back with another Awaken Chaos Era video. Today we had a pretty big patch, introduced some cool things, some new heroes, some stuff like that. I want to just talk about the stuff. We got the multi-battle in the background, which is pretty cool. It's not super functional yet. I'm hoping they improve it even more, but it's an improvement. So we're going to talk about the patch notes. There was a good amount of them. There's some new heroes. I'll go over the new heroes. Let's pull up the patch notes on Discord. Let's move myself over here. Let's pull this up. There's quite a lot of patch notes. 927. 927. 927? 927? That's not the date. Did they not post patch notes? That's so weird. Okay, I guess we'll have to go in the mailbox. Never mind, we're going from the mailbox, which I don't like to do. Update 10/12, that's today. Okay, new update. There has to be in Discord, right? Am I crazy or what's happening here? Oh, they randomly moved it to a new channel. Okay, I do prefer the Discord, so we're gonna go in there. Let's pull that up. Here we go. Game updates. They moved it channels for some reason. Okay, October 12th, 2022. New updates. Heroes. Added 2 new legendary heroes. Pluto, Water, and Taliesin, Fire. I'll go through those kits in a minute. Added an epic hero, Bacchi. Who else is Water? Okay. Limited summons. New legendary hero Pluto is available in this round of limited summon for 2 weeks. Legendary heroes featured in this round of limited summons are Pluto, Fianna, and Bachelard. Not a big fan of Fianna. Not a huge fan of Bachelard. I know he's got a lot more use now, but mostly for guild boss and stuff like that. Okay, that's fine. Pluto, I'll go over those kits and we'll see. Added a new backstage battle feature that allows you to switch to the battle to the backstage during multi-battle. The game does need to be running, okay? That's important. Storm Duel. Added a new Storm Duel gameplay. I guess I'll try that. I have not tried that out, so I guess we can mess around with that. Might be a long video. There's a lot of stuff that's happened, so that's cool. Storm Duel is available 3 days a week. The first opening is October 15th. Oh, it's not even open. Okay, so never mind. I won't be doing that one. Tulpa lowered the monster level in Hell Stage 4 to 95. So that is the same as Hell Stage 3 in most other dungeons. I think the point of that, well, first of all, Tulpa is one of the only ones that have not beat the max level. So it's quite hard. And it's supposed to be their beginner dungeon because it has sets like the Rage set. And now they're really pushing Tulpa because they have Tulpa events. The new beginner hero is Reroll, who's really good in Tulpa. They had a couple Flarence events who's really good in Tulpa. There's no more rookie summons, which in my opinion was a mistake, but you know, whatever it is, it is. Magic Pass added Imperial Treasures, a new type of Magic Pass that grants the Death Hurricane set 6-star legendary. We'll talk about that. Imperial Treasures will be available from October 12th to November 11th. It's gonna be 1 month. It did replace the normal Magic Pass. So this month, there is no legendary hero in the Magic Pass. If you've been on Discord, people are raging about it. I still want to say that the Battle Pass is good value, and we'll talk about that in a minute, though. Dragon Cup Rally. Leaderboard rewards are now distributed 30 minutes after the event ends. Before, it was like a week after for some weird reason, so that's fine. That's good. Optimize the display of the event calendar. I've been complaining about this one for a year now. Actually, almost exactly a year. And the problem was it says the events ended a day after they actually have ended. So people were like waiting to do the events and then it was over. And then people were like, wait, the calendar says it's still open. But they had it for like the claim time, which is useless. I mean, no one cares about that. So they fixed that. Huge improvement. I will say that they're making a lot of improvements that are useful. Some of the decisions are questionable recently, but at least they're trying. There's a lot of updates coming. They're making a lot of changes. They're trying to improve the game as best as they can. So yeah, added a new feature that allows you to use specific items with 1 tap. That's cool. Some of the items, like when you have like chests in your inventory, you have to use them one. Like some of them I have hundreds and I just don't want to use them because I don't want to sit there for an hour clicking them. I guess I could just write a macro to do it. That'd probably be the easiest way to do it. Adjusted the display of the shop tabs, so some of them are now collapsed. Okay, I haven't seen that yet. I'll check that out. Added text wrapping to support guild bosses reward. This is actually a really nice improvement. Before, you had to scroll to see all of your guild boss rewards. Now they're just on 2 rows, so it's way better. Optimize the quality and countdown display of advanced quests. Okay, I didn't notice they changed advanced quests. I will go look at those after this. There's a lot of stuff in here. Again, as I said, it's going to be a long video, and there'll be timestamps if you want to jump around. Fix an issue where returning to the hero screen after banishing a stack would trigger an error prompt. Okay. Fix a display error of Celine's special ability. Okay. Fix an issue where Duvlov's special ability would deal damage to himself. Very nice. Fix an issue with the Holy Armor Virgil's special effects. I don't know what the issue was. I don't know if that's a nerf or a buff or what it is, but some change there. Fix an icon display error of the gear preview and Arcane Dominator. Okay. I did notice that. It looked different, but I couldn't figure out why. Balance adjustments. October 12th. All stats are max level stats. Please refer to the actual in-game effects. Okay. Unremovable positive and negative effects. So they changed a lot of like the aura type things to be unremovable, which is cool, which is fine. Tia's frostbite and Halia's speed down effects are now regarded as unremovable negative effects and can be affected by immune effect. Oh, I guess if you're immune to debuffs, you can't land it. Was that not the case before? Did these land no matter what, even when they were immune before? That's interesting. Imogen's defense pierce up and Helia's speed up effects are now regarded as unremovable positive effects and can be affected by no positive effects. Okay. So that's kind of like a nerf and a buff at the same time, because now they can't be removed, but they can be immuned. Okay, that's fine. Hero adjustments. Evelyn First On. I do have EFD. I do use her somewhat. Unremovable defense up and attack up effects are changed into a permanent aura effect. Wow, so it's no more 3 turns. That's awesome. Really cool. I would love to have 2 more EFDs to have the attack up and defense up. I feel like with that, she would be a lot more useful. And also, cooldown changed from 5 to 4 turns. So she's a lot better now, especially if you happen to have a twice ascended Evelyn First On. She's going to be very strong. Trade ability, shield multiplier increased. Okay, they're buffing Dragon Asrina. Damage multiplier increase from 100 to 120. She's already really strong in PvP, so she's getting another buff apparently. Nick is really strong in PvP. He's getting a buff. A huge buff. 120 to 150. I don't have any light dark legendaries besides Evelyn, Dark Nick, and someone else that I never use. I forget. Imogen, trade ability, defense pierce up, effect increase from 2 to 3%. Okay, that's fine. Savannah buff. Damage multiplier increase from 100 to 120%. Initial cooldown removed. That is a massive change because she has a huge hard hitting ultimate. And it used to have like a, I don't even remember because I never used her, but like a 4 or 6 turn cooldown or something ridiculous. So that's crazy. I'm going to definitely build my Savannah. She might be pretty sweet now. Ultimate ability has an 80% chance instead of 50 to apply frozen. That's great. Tia sucks. She was useless besides some niche uses in PvP. This is going to be a lot bigger. That's going to be sweet. If the target doesn't have frozen, applies 2 stacks of frostbite instead. Okay, that's sweet. God Fairy got a buff. Used to be the worst legendary in the entire game, as I've famously quoted many times. But trade ability before Ascension has a 100% chance instead of 50. And increases the cooldown by 1 turn. After Ascension, he can do it 2 times a round instead of 1. Okay. 2 times a round. Man. So if people buff twice, he increases their cooldown twice. Wow, okay. That's interesting. So I guess it's 2-turn ability increase. Okay. Bachelard special ability. If the target has negative effects, launches a bonus attack. Wow, okay. So there's another ignite from him. He's the ignite king for sure. Desmond also applies 1 stack of plague. Ability is automatically cast at the start of the battle. Start of the battle. Start of the wave. Must be start of the wave, not start of the battle. Plague, a missionary also grants spiked restoration, whatever that means. I do want to go look at Desmond's kit. He's never really been useful before, so I want to see how this changes him. When a negative effect is removed, has a 30% chance to apply stun. After Ascension, also ignores the first instance of massive damage received in battle. Wow, that's interesting. Okay. Asrina. Oh, cool. Asrina got buffed a little bit. Damage multiplier increase from 100 to 120%. Damage multiplier increase 1 to 120. Okay. Cooldown reduced for Hugh. Damage multiplier went up. Hardbag. 50 to 100%. Doubled the damage of Hardbag. That guy is so useless. Now maybe he won't be? It was only his A1. I don't know. That'll be interesting. Helmar. Never used him in my life, along with Hardbag. Damage multiplier increase from 80 to 100%. Okay. Damage multiplier 50 to 100. Okay. Damage scales with the target's bleeding stacks. No longer removes bleeding. Wow. Okay. Helmar might actually be pretty good now. Because they buffed bleeding. And now, because I think Helmar is the guy who does more damage with bleeds, right? I don't know if he increases everyone's bleeds or only his own. I don't know. I got to look at some of these kits here and see what's going on. Celestial Cane. People were really mad about this. Also gained 30 speed when attacked because people were worried that they'd have to re-speed tune all of their teams and he wouldn't be usable for Ash Magister anymore. I haven't tested it. I don't think I will because this video will be like 19 hours, but yeah, that's fine. Marion, damage multiplier. I don't know why they gave her more damage. She's not a damage dealer. She's kind of like a healer. Actually, now that I think about it, if she does good damage, her own lifesteal aura might be easier to keep herself alive. So maybe that is kind of cool. I don't know. That's interesting. I've seen screenshots of Raven doing ridiculous damage, like 1 million damage, like 3 hits doing 300k. So she looks pretty insane. Now I might have to build her. CC base stats increase. That's going to suck for everyone trying to clear Void Tower. That's actually awful. Worst change ever. Okay. Kasim AI optimized. Molhex AI optimized. Okay. Okay. Where do we start? Let's talk about the background first. Here I have one running. Battle ended due to insufficient energy. This is wildly buggy, okay? So my normal runs in this dungeon are 6 minutes. This is telling me that it took me 63 minutes to run 2 of these. What the fuck? There's huge bugs here. The first 10 run I did, I had it to, I told it to use diamonds to refresh, and it said it ended to insufficient energy, so that's not right. This is massively buggy. A lot of people are having trouble with it. It's a great feature. I'd love to see it implemented properly, but there's a lot of problems with it. So first of all, I wonder how much energy it used. For me, because, I mean, I just spent... What? Is this even possible? This is wild. I got to post this on Discord because it's actually comical. I'll do that later, but it took me 63 minutes to do 2 runs at 6 minutes each. Explain that logic to me. Yeah, explain that logic to me. Okay. Anyways, I'll start the 10 run again, just to show you how it works. So if we go into Arcane Dominator, okay. So maybe I just need to, maybe I'll just pump up my energy before I start, so it doesn't have to do refills. I don't know. I shouldn't have to do that. I have this use diamonds clicked. I guess we'll click that as well. I have return after defeats, and continue, ignore that. Okay, so if I hit let's fight, you choose your team, you throw them in there. All right, I had to make sure I left the wrong level. Okay, so we're good. And then all you do is you hit this backstage button. You can't really see it, it's kind of behind me. Hit this backstage button. I've heard, you see this little green ring? I've heard people tell me if you fail a bunch of runs, you lose this green ring and then you're not able to do backstage anymore. I don't know if that's a rumor. I haven't lost any battles yet. This team here is 100% win rate, so I don't know. Maybe that doesn't mean use the Evelyn First on Gemini team. I don't know, but okay. So I'm gonna click the backstage button here. And nothing happened. All right, I'm gonna click the backstage button here. Nothing happened. I'm gonna click it a 3rd time. Okay, there we go. 3rd click. We were able to do the backstage. Got a lot of lag going. So now it shows it over here on the right-hand side. So as I said, there's a lot of bugs. It takes 10 times the amount of time to run it in multi-battle as it does to do the dungeon normally. Don't know what's going on with that. 2 to 10 times, not always 10 times. Sometimes it's 2 times. But if you want to start it back up or go view it, you just click it and it comes back in here. and your team is now attacking the boss or whatever you're doing. Okay, so click the backstage 1, 2, 3 times, and then it'll let you leave. Okay. What else do we want to talk about? We want to talk about a lot of other things here. Let's go over the new heroes. So that's the multi-battle. That was kind of my favorite thing. Oh, the problem is I cannot use those heroes anywhere else. That's the other huge problem. So now if I want to go into PvP and use my normal team, you can see it shows these people blacked out. You can see my Menthalia and all my good heroes are blacked out because they're doing the multi-runs, and I'm not able to use any of them. So it kind of defeats the purpose of having the multi-battle if I can't use those heroes other place, because that means I can't do PvP. It means I can't do like tower. I could never do tower because I need my best heroes for Void Tower. So you're not able to do Void Tower. You're not able to do arena. Can you do other dungeons while you're running one dungeon? Let's try that real quick. So if I go to Arcane Dominator, if I go to, who do I not use those teams in? Let's go to Tulpa, I think. I don't think I use anyone in Tulpa, right? So will it allow me to start using this team? Oh, I can. Oh, I can. I can actually do 2 dungeons at the same time. Interesting. Okay, well, I'm just gonna leave. I just wanted to see if I could do it. Okay. That's cool. So you can actually do 2 dungeons at the same time. Interesting. Okay, that's kind of cool. Obviously huge problems with the multi-battle right now. It takes 10 times the amount of time for some reason. You know, Infinite Magic Raid, when you do the multi-battle, it actually does, it takes half the amount of time. They do 8x speed instead of 4x, which is a really nice feature because your dungeons get done super fast. Especially in this game, because sometimes the dungeons in this game take like hours and hours and hours. What refilled my, did this thing refill my energy? I'm so confused. How have I not killed the boss yet? Is this happening? And there's a bunch of bugs with the health bars. You can see there's no health bar on the boss. I don't even know what level the boss is. So there's some weird things going on with Backstage. I'm sure they'll fix it, and I really hope they make it so that you can use those heroes in another place. Next one, let's look at the Magic Pass. A lot of people are really pissed off about this. Because before, every single month, you were able to get a legendary hero. Now, instead, you get this. They have 2 fixed stats with minimum rolls. With minimum rolls. And then they have 2 random stats, but you know are going to go into flat stats because in this game, flat stats are weighed higher than other stats. So you're always more likely to pull flat stats. So most of the time you'll get both of these. I have already purchased the Battle Pass because I just want to see how these roll and just see how good these are. They're crit attack on all of them, which is kind of a beginner build, and speed, which is kind of odd. Most people want attack boots here, but that's fine, I guess. Crit rate, most people want crit damage, but that's fine, I guess. Unfortunately, if this was crit rate, crit damage, attack, and then 2 random stats, I think this would be infinitely better. Unfortunately, I'm gonna get 3 flat stats here. I don't know why these pieces, they give you, oh, I guess it's because it gives you 2 good stats, and this is technically 2 good stats, I guess. No, because the boots, you get 3 stats. I don't know why they did it this way. And then this one, they give you all random stats on the jewelry. Terrible decision. Terrible decision. If this was crit rate, crit damage, attack, and if this was attack, crit rate, crit damage, plus 2 random stats, I think this would be a totally different ball game. But honestly, just that one thing kind of sucks. I'm going to see what I get. It's going to be all RNG. You might get really good pieces. You might get terrible pieces. It all just going to depend on your luck. But I do think it's still good value. It's only $9.99. And you do get a crap ton of charms. I mean, if you look at just the charms, you get 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40 of these. That is way worth $10, just 40 of those alone. So I do think it's good value in here. A lot of people are pissed because there's no legendary hero, because a lot of people only buy the battle pass and they really want that legendary hero. That's kind of the reason why they're buying it, but it is what it is. They're trying something new. I'm going to see how my gear rolls. It'll probably be garbage, but for like beginning players, I think that battle pass is amazing. Like if you don't have a lot of gear on your account, I mean, because some people may not even be able to farm 6-star gear. So to get a full set of 6-star gear in the beginning of the game, I think they charge $70 for a set like this. I want to say in the beginning, they offered one gear pack and I want to say it was $70. I may be crazy, but it was like the week 1 of the game, which was a year ago. So I think that's pretty solid value. Yeah. Okay. What else? We got all sorts of stuff going on. Let's look at the new heroes. Let's look at the new heroes here. Let's go to the index. If you didn't know, top right is where they moved the index to. If I hit search, let's look at the epic first. What is he? Water? Water. Epic. That must be him. He's a tubby boy. Wow. He's a tubby boy. All right, he's a pirate. Okay. He has A attack, BBBA. Okay, interesting. We'll start with the trait, and then we'll go ultimate down. If the target is the non-boss enemy, it should be is a non-boss enemy with the highest health, launches a bonus attack up to... If the target is a non-boss enemy with the highest health, so you have to go look who is the highest health and then use it on them. I already don't like this trait or this person. And I hate the word non-boss. Why don't you just allow me to do stuff to bosses, guys? Come on. Anyways, also gains damage reduction for 2 turns at the start of the battle. Okay. What is roller bomb? Is that the alt? Is that the... That's nothing. That's not even an ability. Okay, maybe it's here. Roller bomb. Here we go. Deals 80% damage to one enemy while ignoring 80% of their defense. That's kind of cool. 100%. Wow, 100% if he's ascended. Okay. Might be kind of cool. It's going to suck, though, because it only works on the highest HP person. So that means you're going to have to hit the info button, look to see who's the highest health, and then attack that person. Maybe his AI will automatically attack the highest health. I don't know. That's weird. We're going to have to see how that plays out. If his AI automatically attacks the highest health person, then this will be okay. Let's go to the alt first, because this is what he's going to use first on auto. Gains attack up 2 for 2 turns and deals 160% damage. Kind of like Cyrus, except for Cyrus does like 240 or something. I don't remember. Okay. That's fine. I think all of these are shown with masteries, so it's only 160% if you have a mastery. It's 150 if you don't. That's kind of a weak hit, and he only has A attack, so it's not going to hit very hard. When an enemy is killed, has a 100% chance to launch a bonus attack on the enemy with the highest health up to 2 times per round. Okay. So this is when any enemy is killed. Doesn't have to be killed by him. At least it doesn't say that. And then he'll do the roller bomb, which is this thing, which ignores 100% if he's fully ascended. So that's kind of cool. Whenever an enemy, it's kind of like, you know, Zac or Ciara. When someone dies, they do bonus attacks. Pretty cool. Okay. Grants crit damage up for 2 turns and deals 110% damage to an enemy. On the basic. Interesting. Might be kind of cool to put him in a cursed set so he has this crit damage up more often, because it is a 2-turn buff. Okay. Not bad. He's blue. Kind of cool. Interesting. We'll have to see how that plays out. I might do some summons at the end of the video. Not quite sure. All right, so what do we got? Now we're going to go look at the other 2 legendaries. Index. Pluto, water. Taliesin, fire. Let's look at the fire dude first. This guy is who you're able to get with the matrices right now. That's a whole different topic I don't even want to get on because I'm extremely mad about that. But I don't want to complain too much in this video. I'm trying to complain less in videos. Basically, this is the new guy. You got to spend, I don't know, 175 bucks maybe to get him. Something like that. I spent 100 on the last one and I got 75 on 100. And now I'm screwed and they won't let me finish it. And I'll never be able to finish it. So that'll be interesting, but another story. So he's an attacker. He's got S attack. He's got A health. I like the looks of him. He's kind of cool looking. He looks like a vampire. Pretty cool looks. A health, B defense, A speed. Yeah, he's kind of fast. That's cool. This guy has a pretty cool kit. So, oh my god, it's like a book. When an enemy with 2 or more stacks of bleeding cast abilities, reduces the ultimate ability by 1 turn. It's cool, so you can use him with other bleeders, and he'll be able to use his ultimate more often. When an enemy with bleeding dies, it deals true damage to all non-boss enemies. There's the non-boss enemies again. And applies 1 stack of bleeding. When an enemy with bleeding dies. That's pretty cool. Damage scales with the target's max health. Now, it doesn't really say... Does this just mean all of his damage scales with the target's max health? It doesn't really say what that's for. Or does it mean the bleedings increase with max health? It doesn't really say what scales with max health, but that's interesting. If you go through down here, if he's fully ascended, which I'm assuming is an Ascension 5, he recovers 15% of his health. Wait, recovers health equal to 15% of the target's max health. Is that only when the trait procs? Man, this is hard to understand. When an enemy with 2 or more stacks of bleeding casts abilities reduces the ultimate cooldown. I don't know what that means. When do you recover health? Maybe when an enemy dies? Maybe when an enemy dies? I don't know. That one's really confusing because it talks about so many things and then it just randomly says, when attacking a non-boss... Oh, no. Oh, okay. I don't know how I messed that up. No, it makes perfect sense. Sorry. When attacking a non-boss enemy with bleeding recovers health equal to 15% of the target's max health. Okay, makes perfect sense. Ignore me. I'm bad at reading. Okay. Ultimate deals 200% damage. It's a 3-turn cooldown after he has masteries. Don't forget that these cooldowns are based on the mastery. So this is actually a 4-turn cooldown because no one will ever book masteries on a legendary, at least this year. Deals 200% damage plus 20% of the target's max HP. That's crazy. Also deals 40% splash damage to other enemies and applies 1 stack of bleeding to all enemies for 2 turns. Crazy ult. Crazy. Really cool. When an enemy with bleeding casts abilities, recovers 8% of max health. That's sweet. Free heal. It looks like it's only 6% unless you have him masteried again. So don't forget about that. A1 deals 130%. That's a lot. Oh, I guess it's 120%. Okay. 120% damage to 1 enemy and applies 2 stacks of bleeding. 2 stacks of bleeding for 2 rounds. Wow, dude. This guy's pretty insane. I'm not going to lie. This guy looks pretty cool. If you want him, you got to spend $200. It's the only way to get him. I don't think, or maybe he's in the summon pool. Is he in the summon pool? I don't know. Maybe he's in the summon pool. I'm not quite sure on that one, actually. There's the first guy. Second guy, Pluto. Is it a guy? I don't know. We'll find in a second. Pluto. Who's Pluto? It must be this guy, right? Yep, there's Pluto. He looks pretty cool. Sweet. He's got a big sword, big shoulders. They're made out of bone. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. S attack, BBB, A. Yeah, let's look at the trait. When attacking, if there are more than 4 enemies, including summoned units alive, launches a bonus attack with the ultimate ability and applies defense down to the main target for 3 turns. Please stop texting me. Okay, I wasn't really paying attention. When attacking, sorry, there's more than 4 enemies, including summoned units alive, launches a bonus attack with the ultimate ability and applies defense down to the main target for 3 turns, only once every 3 rounds. Okay, and then what does it add? If there are 4 or few enemies, launches a bonus attack with the special ability only once every 3 rounds. Okay, interesting. Let's look at the ult. Ew. Does 110% damage, which is why it's 100%. Oh, to all enemies. Okay, that's not as bad. I thought it was single target at first. Okay, deals 100% damage plus true damage equal to 10% of the target's max health to all enemies. It's pretty cool. Damage scales with the number of enemies alive. That's pretty sweet. Cool. S tier attack, so pretty sweet. This was the second ability he was talking about. Oh, there's a damage down now. That's a new debuff. Deals 165% damage to 1 enemy and applies damage down for 3 turns. Sorry, 150% damage, not 165. Deals 120% damage to 1 enemy and applies unhealable for 2 turns. 2-turn unhealable. That, only 1 other person has that right now. That's kind of cool. All right. Cool. Blue guy. Some cool new guys. What else did we talk about here? Let's, I don't think we can see the new thing. Yeah, it starts in 9 days. I don't know what this is. Form hero squads against increasingly powerful opponents for awesome rewards. Okay. I think this is similar to IMR where they have that new event. What's that thing called? What's that thing in IMR? I think it's like this event right here, the Brave Trial, where they have PvP teams in here and you go through and you just go through and beat them all. Maybe it's something similar to that. We'll have to figure out what's going on with that. So that'll be interesting there. What did I miss? What did I miss, guys? Leaderboards, calendar. I don't really need to show you that. Oh, let's look at the advanced quest. Let's see what they changed there. Advanced quest. How do I get there? Quest. Advanced quest. They said they changed these. They changed these, maybe? Nope, that's still there. There's some books there. There's that. There's a legendary book. Maybe they upgraded the rewards. Oh yeah, the rewards were only one thing. Now they added two. So they added 2,000 gold to the rewards. Come on, guys. That's not really a change. All right, whatever. These are here. If you didn't know, there's a lot of cool stuff in here. Make sure you go and do all that stuff. All right. Is there anything else I want to talk about? Leaderboard, added new features. I don't really care about anything else. Okay. That's going to be pretty much it for the video. Oh, I guess let's talk about some of, do we talk about any of the heroes? Do I care about any of these heroes? Let's just look at Desmond. I'm just curious about Desmond. I just want to see his abilities now that I'm, let's see what they changed here. I actually just built him for Faction Wars, so I have gear on him and I have been using him. I have some glyphs. I have no abilities apparently, but let's see what they changed here. Plague. So at the start of the turn, deals damage based on this hero's current health? What? That's a totally huge change. Okay, instead of the enemy's health, it's this hero's current health. Damage also scales with the applier's initial attack. So he needs high attack, high health, and probably no crit. Is probably how you're going to build this guy now. Okay, interesting. Enters Plague a Missionary. At the start of the enemy's turn, applies Plague to them and randomly spreads the plague to another enemy. Loses health at the start of this hero's own turn. At the start of the turn. Okay, they lose health at the start of the turn. That's fine. Enters Plague a Missionary state and gains Spiked Restoration. Restores 15% of max health upon taking damage. That's kind of cool. Until activation canceled. This ability is automatically cast at the start of the battle. It says start of the battle. It doesn't say that he ever leaves the form. Does this mean he's permanently in the form? Must be, right? At the start of an enemy's turn, any enemy's turn applies plague to them and randomly spreads it? So you're telling me in the beginning of the battle, he goes into this form and he stays there for his entire life. And then every single person's turn, it puts the plague on them and another person? Is that what you're telling me? That's fucking insane. This dude might be insane now. Okay, let's continue. Plague Infection. Applies plague to all enemies and then deals 60% damage to each. Damage scales with the number of stacks of plague on each target. Wow. I don't know why this has a cooldown. Why does this have a cooldown if he never leaves that form? It has an 8-turn cooldown, but it's turned on at the beginning of the battle and then he never loses it. It doesn't say he loses it. Okay. It's odd. It's odd. That's very odd. Okay, here's the A1. And recovers 5% of lost health. That's cool. Applies a plague. Deals 60% damage. Wait a sec. How come... Oh, because I'm dumb. Okay, I'm not in the index. I'm actually looking at my hero. I was like, why aren't these highlighted? Okay. So it's 5%, and then it goes up to 10%, and then it's actually 15% with masteries, which is pretty crazy. I don't know who would book Desmond, but Yeah. Okay, that's cool. When a negative effect is removed from an enemy, when any negative effect is removed from an enemy, 30% chance to stun them for 1 turn. And when it's ascended, ignores the first instance of massive damage. Usually massive damage, I think, is a hit that takes more than 50% of your health. So that's interesting. Might be amazing, might be crap. I don't know. We'll have to test them out. I have them somewhat built. I got to get some skill ups and stuff in them, but this will be another girl I'll be using because she's got no cooldown here anymore, which is sweet. 8-turn cooldown, but doesn't start on cooldown, so that's really sweet. That might be cool. I don't want to go through any other changes because this video has already been 35 minutes. So hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the sub and like button. I just wanted to cover all this. Let's check in our multi-battle because it's definitely been more than like 12 minutes. Okay. No, it's been 20. Oh, dude. That was so close to being good. I would have taken even one little bit of crit. I mean, we got a speed sub. Dude. Okay. It seems to be working properly, actually. So this time makes sense. 5 minutes is pretty correct. Okay. That's fine. That's it for the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit the sub and like. Have a great day. See you, everyone.